Hey, so I just wanted to talk to you today about completing discussions in your English class. So I'm going to do an example discussion in English 10. Um, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to it because I've already been through parts of this course. So I need to navigate to the discussion. So here is the discussion. Discussions are worth 10 points. Okay. So every single time it's going to give you the same thing about discussion tactics. One thing that I want you to know is that you should be using evidence from the text. These are always text based. Okay. So we need to use evidence to support our claims. Okay. So if you can claim that there's a disaster in the fashion industry, right? According to the video, she might use the t-shirt as evidence, right? But if you can't see the t-shirt, you would probably find a quote where you describe that the t-shirt is a complete and total mess, right? So you are now going to do a discussion about Julius Caesar. And the prompt is obviously Shakespeare's play. The characters in Shakespeare's play find Mark Antony's speech really convincing, but Shakespeare wrote the play so that they would, right? Were you to remove the easily swayed audience and replace it with a more objective audience, would his speech be more convincing? Okay, so right here we have a link to our reading materials. So we can click on this and open it up. And you have the speech, right? Okay, this is we're looking for Julius Caesar's speech, right? So we're going to scroll down a bit. Oh, no, we're not looking for Julius Caesar. We're using Mark Antony in the play Julius Caesar. The famous one, it begins with friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. That's a really famous Shakespearean quote. You will probably run into it at some point in time. Okay, so this is my evidence that I have to look at. Okay, so I'm going to press next. So do I think they would be convinced? Okay. So I'm going to say, first I'm going to restate the prompt a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to say, if you were to remove the easily swayed audience and replace it with would still stand up today. I'm actually going to use that as my thesis because I think that if you remove the audience and replaced it, it would still be convincing today because of the skillful use of ethos and pathos. Okay, so now I'm bringing in those vocabulary terms, proving that I not only read the text but learned the topic, right? I'm going to flip back over here and I'm going to find an example of ethos, which I actually already highlighted. So this is an example of ethos. When he says, friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears, he's saying, hey, we're all the same, right? So I'm going to say, Antony says, this is ethos because he is showing that they are all citizens in the country, right? We're all the same, so you should listen to me because I'm just like you, okay? Now I'm going to change it up a little bit so it's not boring. This is getting into a stylistic thing, right? He also uses pathos when he says, and now I'm set up for my next quote. Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to look for pathos. Okay, so I really want to look for where he pulls at your heartstrings. I'm sort of skimming through. My heart is in the coffin with Caesar, and I must pause till it comes back to me. He's showing us just how very sad he is about Caesar's death, right? So I'm going to say that is pathos, right? Pointing out that Caesar is in a coffin and how it makes him feel is appealing to the emotion of sympathy, right? Like he's trying to make us feel bad for him. This is a 10-point response, okay? If you want to get a 10-point response, this is what you need to do. I would press submit, okay? Okay, I hope this helps you with your discussions in the future, and you can use this video to help you with this current discussion.